For 75 years, the Florida Fruit and Vegetable Association has been a leading voice for Florida agriculture. This year, FFVA proudly celebrates its heritage of advocacy for our state's fruit and vegetable producers. FFVA's legacy of leadership in Florida agriculture has been built on the strength of our members, the growers who work hard to meet daily challenges while feeding our country. Our powerful collective voice ensures that agriculture is at the table on the issues that matter most. This past season was marked by the weather, trade, and a tough political climate. Hurricane Irma plowed a path of destruction through the center of the state in September. FFVA worked closely with its members and state officials in the days after to gather data on damages, an important first step in seeking federal aid. High winds and excessive rain caused $2.5 billion in damage to agriculture alone. FFVA joined other groups calling for much-needed federal disaster relief. On a brighter note, thanks to the generosity of so many supporters, FFVA and the Florida Specialty Crop Foundation raised $118,000 for the Redlands Christian Migrant Association Hurricane Relief Fund. Over the past year, FFVA has devoted significant resources advocating for specialty crops as NAFTA is renegotiated. Working with the Florida Department of Agriculture and our congressional delegation, FFVA helped get a proposal on the table that would provide trade remedies to specialty crop growers harmed by unfair trade practices. As part of a national coalition, FFVA has worked to ensure the priorities of the specialty crop industry are included in the next Farm Bill. The Specialty Crop Farm Bill Alliance pushed for continued investment in important programs, including research, nutrition, fighting pests and diseases, and support for trade. In Tallahassee, the legislative session was the least productive in 20 years, although agriculture fared well. Producers who grow under screened structures will get property tax relief. Growers also will get tax breaks on hurricane repairs and transportation costs. Another bill will streamline the wetlands permitting process. FFVA joined other business groups in opposing a proposed state constitutional amendment that would have required the use of E-Verify. The proposal did not make it onto the ballot. Workforce remains a critical concern for agriculture. Florida is the #1 user of the H-2A guest worker program, and FFVA helps producers use the program in rapidly growing numbers. This season, the association filed 161 petitions in 16 states for 14,250 workers, a 48% increase over last year.
There's a lot of complex issues we face, especially a small grower like us, but I would say labor is probably the most important thing, especially now as we're transitioning as an industry to H-2A, and the rules and regulations, the compliance, and the things you have to be aware of in your organization is very difficult, and FFVA helps us kind of navigate through those issues.
Working with other ag groups, FFVA participated in negotiations on a bill in Congress that would have set up a new H-2C visa program. Ultimately, the bill did not pass, and FFVA will continue to work on workforce solutions for its members. On the food safety front, FFVA helped organize a farm tour for FDA officials to drive home the need for flexibility and new water testing regulations. FFVA also helped create the Florida Agricultural Plastics Recycling Cooperative to develop solutions for disposal of waste plastics. On crop protection, FFVA worked to communicate industry research priorities to the scientific community so that projects are relevant and focus on applied research. The association also secured renewals for important Section 18 labels for 3 products for use on citrus trees infected with greening. FFVA has been instrumental in helping the state develop its BMP Implementation Assurance Program to ensure growers get the recognition they deserve for being stewards of water resources. The association also is working with water management districts to ensure a sustainable and equitable water supply. The Florida Specialty Crop Foundation plays a key role in research through federal specialty crop block grants. This year, the foundation helped provide unmarketable produce to the needy and worked with Fresh from Florida to promote Florida peaches. Also this year, FFVA stepped up its social media presence, sharply boosting engagement on Facebook and Twitter. The association also launched new tools to increase member interaction, including a mobile app and FFVA Connect, the online member-to-member community. With an eye to the future, FFVA is identifying and equipping our next generation of leaders. Class 7 completed the Emerging Leader Development Program. 5 sessions throughout the year connected them with the people, places, and production practices vital to specialty crop agriculture. From the fields to the national issues, FFVA is an essential partner for producers. We're proud of our history of advocacy for Florida agriculture, and despite the daily challenges, our growers continue to thrive. Their way of life, their love of the land, and the opportunity to feed America safe, nutritious produce all add up to a rich legacy and a bright future.
You know, some of the best days on the farms are actually a Sunday, where you just come out and you're riding around, not much is going on, and you get a chance to actually sit back and look at what's happened, you know. There's so much effort that goes into what we do. Preparing the fields, the marketing the crop, the tending to the crop needs, organizing harvest and then handling all the problems that go along the way. And really, when you're in the day-to-day business of farming, you really don't ever get to enjoy that. So my favorite days on the farm definitely are Sundays, where you just can come and possibly have your wife or your kids with you and just take it all in.